Back with Bruce Mitchell, PWTorch.com, Pro Wrestling Torch, talking about a lot of things today. As always, break it down some different segments. In this next segment, let's look at...
let me stop you for just a second.
Sure.
Go turn this way
right.
at Mother Tuckers.
I got it.
If you have listened to me on the PW Torch podcast, that is the famed Mother Tuckers. That great food, cheap, and a good hangout place. And all kinds of different people coming in.
Right across the street from the new Sheetz on Spring Garden. Gotta love it.
And might be having Brother Love make an appearance somewhere around here very soon.
So
maybe
Bruce Pritchard?
Yeah, maybe in November.
That was maybe the Brother Love that Raymond Tucker used to impersonate back in the day.
Yeah,
back in the days of Raymond Tucker, back at the old Parts Unknown comic book store downtown when they used to play the Friday night phone call. Good stuff back in the day.
Raymond Tucker works right over there, and his brother works right over there.
You're right about that, exactly. They're all connected on. It's all connected on Spring Garden
all
Street.
To Andy Durham.
All right, back to where we began. And what about the passing of?
Yes.
Oh boy, what about the passing of Lance Russell?
Lance Russell, one of the all-time great wrestling announcers, and I think there's kind of a link between what you do and what Lance Russell does, and that the guy that's your neighbor, the guy that that's the broadcaster who, if he endorses something, you know, because he lives in the neighborhood, you know he's a great communicator, and you believe in him and trust him. And because people believed and trusted Lance Russell all those years, Jerry Lawler became one of the great wrestlers.
Yeah.
You know, had one of the great careers in all of wrestling, and lots of wrestlers he really helped out. Just one of the most entertaining people to watch, and as nice a man. I had some connections with him over the years, and a very nice man.
He knew how to do the interview, didn't he? How to work the interview.
He knew how to
kind of let those wrestlers kind of go on a little bit about their way, and then kind of bring them along and take them through the interview.
It reminds me of young Andy Durham at WKW.
Yeah, back in the day, the 1400 range.
With Ed and several other people. Gary, yes.
Boy, Gary, I almost forgot about Gary. Man, that's kind of crazy, because Gary would always make those phone calls and get into that stuff deep. And man, so back to those.
Gary shows up at CWF every once in a while.
Wow, interesting. Yeah. That connection continues.
Looks exactly the
what
same.
about our old man Carl Smith, our old friend Carl? Does he still show up?
Carl, yeah, absolutely. Carl is one of my wrestling buddies. We hang out. He's I don't know if you knew that Big J passed.
Big J passed. Remember that? Sure do.
Yes,
sure
but Carl is lean and mean and doing well.
And back to Lance Russell. He was in Memphis most of his career, and like you say, worked a lot with Jerry the King Lawler, Jimmy Hart, the Andy Kaufman events back in those days. I guess a lot of guys came through there. Did he work much with the Jarretts, or were they more in another area of that state?
No, he worked with the Jarretts.
Close to the Jarretts, too?
They didn't always get along. He and Jerry didn't always get along, but he was the key guy for both Nick Goulas and Jerry Jarrett. Jerry Jarrett luring Jerry Lawler, but particularly Lance Russell, over to his promotion when he took over from the Goulases. It was a key point. It wasn't wrestling unless you had Lance Russell and Dave Brown.
Yeah, Dave Brown, and later on Corey Macklin got involved too, right?
Right, exactly. But the team was Lance Russell and Dave
No
Brown.
doubt, no doubt about it. Lance Russell later worked some in WCW, didn't he?
He did for a while. They had a hell of a. When you look at, I think Chris Cruz wrote about this a little bit on social media, that he would drive around Bob Caudle, Lance Russell, and Gordon Soley. So all you got to say to that is 3 out of 4 ain't bad. So
that's like Meet the Press.
Yeah, that's like
and Face the Nation.
That's like arguably the 3 greatest wrestling announcers ever, and Chris Cruz.
Amazing times back then. Think about Lance Russell back in his day. He passes on, and quite a bit of work done at your website. PWTorch.com did a nice tribute to him as he passed.
Yeah, we did a lot of work with that. He was an important part of this stuff, very much so. And as I said, nice man, and I think he, in the last years of his life, lived to be 91, understood how much he was appreciated. He wasn't forgotten. He got to really meet with fans and see how much they enjoyed him, and I think that was a pretty cool thing. I wish he hadn't passed, but he went quickly, and up until his fall, he was really enjoying himself. Yeah, very active and enjoying himself.
What about, because I saw a couple of photographs of him, maybe a photograph of he and Jerry Lawler at Lawler's restaurant, that new restaurant he's got. Looked pretty good then. It's been a few weeks back, I'm sure, maybe a couple months ago. What about Ric Flair's health? Speaking about health, how's his health? And has he been able to maintain that new sworn one statement he made: he will never drink again. Do you think he's doing okay there?
I would guess he's doing okay. I don't know that he's out of the rehab facility yet and still working on some things. So, but he's supposed to be. He's supposed to be making an appearance in Atlanta, and my understanding is he's off the kidney dialysis, which I think is great news. So,
made a lot of progress.
Yeah. So, those kind of things are day to day. So hopefully, one day at a time for Ric Flair.
Saw a photograph of him. Maybe came after he had been in that situation, been very sick. Looked like he looked better, unless it was kind of a photo brushed up a little bit. But it looked pretty good.
I think they've been brushing up the photos, but he's had some people come and visit him, and he's Ric Flair. Hopefully, he's. We live in Ric Flair's world here. So,
what kind of appearances is he going to be making? Any idea what these appearances are going to be? Is it wrestling events or
some sort of wrestling nostalgia show? I think. So.
Gotcha.
Best that I know.
Let's take one break, come back quickly, close out with Bruce Mitchell for this week. Got another area we need to talk about. That's coming up. You're listening to Bruce Mitchell from PWTorch.com and GreensboroSports.com. Right back after this.